Okay, example number 1, find sine 15 degrees using a half angle formula. And then we know that we have sine 15 degrees is the same as 30 degrees divided by 2. That is equal to the positive square root of 1 minus cosine 30 degrees divided by 2. And then we have, you know, that our special angle before, I will remind you, it's not that good. This one. If this is 2 and this is square root of 3, that's 1. And let's say this is your 30 degrees. Okay? So we have cosine 30 degrees is adjacent side. That is square root of, that is 1 minus the square root of 3 divided by 2. Divided by 2. And then plus minus square root of, we have 2 minus the square root of 3 divided by 2 divided by 2. Then this will become 1. Then we have plus minus square root of 2 minus square root of 3. If you're not allowed to use a calculator, so this is already the answer. Okay, the first example in this half angle formula, find sine 15 degrees using a half angle formula. Let's say without the calculator. So we have sine 15 degrees is the same as 30 degrees divided by 2 is equal to plus minus the square root of 1 minus cosine 30 degrees divided by 2 according to the formula. And we know that our special angle formula, if this is our 30 degrees, this is degrees, square root of 3, this is 2. That's 1. Then we know that cosine 30 degrees is square root of 3 divided by 2. So we have plus minus 1 minus the square root of 3 divided by 2 divided by 2. And plus minus the square root of, if we expand 1 by multiplying 2, then we have 2 minus the square root of 3 divided by 2 divided by 2. Then we have plus minus square root of 2 minus square root of 3 divided by 2 multiplied by 1/2 because it's division. So we have plus minus square root of 2 minus square root of 3 divided by 4. That gives us square root of 2 minus square root of 3 divided by 2. Next example, given that tangent alpha is equal to 8/15 and alpha lies in the third quadrant, quadrant 3, find the exact value of the following. Okay, let's see first. Third quadrants, that means we have 180 to 270 degrees. Okay, so if we want to find the alpha over 2, then this will become 90 degrees, and this will become, what will be? 135 degrees. So it will become on the second quadrant. Okay, let's see. But we need to show also that we have in the third quadrant, and then let's say this is 8, -8, -15, and then we have square root of 15 squared plus 8 squared. And then we have, if you solve that, that is 17. Okay? Now, for A. For our A, we have sine alpha over 2 is equal to positive negative square root of 1 minus cosine alpha. If this is our alpha, our cosine is adjacent side, that is negative 15 over 17 divided by 2. And then we have positive negative square root of, if we expand 1 by 17, then we have 17 plus 15 over 17 over 2. Then we have the square root of, plus minus, we have 32 over 17 over 2. Then we have plus minus the square root of 32 over 17 multiplied by 1/2. Then we have 16 there. And the square root of 16 is 4 divided by the square root of 17. But then again, I forget but then again, as you can see here, our alpha over 2 is in the second quadrant and sine is positive in the second quadrant. So we choose positive instead. Okay? B. We have cosine alpha over 2 is equal to positive negative square root of 1 plus 15 over 17. Oh, sorry, negative 15 over 17. And we have plus minus, divided by 2. Square root of, we have 17 minus 15 over 17 over 2. Then we have plus minus square root of, we have 2 over 17 multiplied by 1/2. Then we have it's negative on the second quadrant. Cosine is negative on the second quadrant, so we have to choose negative square root of 1 divided by square root of 17. Okay. C. We have tangent alpha over 2. Then we have sine alpha over 2. We have 4 over square root of 17. And then cosine is negative 1 square root of 17. And this will become 1. And we have negative 4 because alpha over 2 in the second quadrant is negative. If your teacher is very strict on this, that he or she doesn't want to have square root on the denominator, then you have to expand this by multiplying the numerator and denominator by square root of 17. Then we have 4 square root of 17 divided by 17. The same is true here also. Square root of 17, square root of 17. Then we have negative square root of 17 over 17. Okay, I will say there, and I think I have 3 more or 4 more examples that I'm going to solve in my next video. And I hope you will be there, and thank you for watching, and I really appreciate it. Have a nice day.